News 8's Chris Williams joins us with our continuing coverage. What's going on, Chris?
Well, Jim, there's a state of emergency right now in Geneseo. That is because Geneseo Creek has come out of its banks. You can see over here off to my right, there's a mobile home park back in that way and some homes. The mayor issued that state of emergency to force the evacuation of the people who lived there over the last couple of hours. This is Geneseo Creek. We're on Highway 6, and you can see how high the water is here. It's just a couple of inches from the base of this bridge in Geneseo. People who have lived in Geneseo their entire lives say they have never seen this. They have never seen Geneseo Creek jump out of its banks like this and flood homes. Right now you're looking at a gas station where our chief photographer Andy McKay shot the rescue of a couple of women who were inside the gas station. They say in 45 minutes the water rose. They had nowhere to go. They waited out a few hours. We'll bring you that video a little later in the day. But right now the big concern, the mayor says, is some of the neighborhoods around here that are starting to see water creep in. They don't know how much more of this rain is going to come into town and how much higher the creek is going to rise. So they're keeping that state of emergency in effect until they figure out if they have to evacuate any more people. We'll have more for you in a half hour. But for now, live in Geneseo, Chris Williams, WQ8E, Quad Cities News 8.
Our team coverage continues in Geneseo, where 6 inches of rain caused flooding and evacuations early this morning. News 8 was the only Quad City television station there as the mayor declared a state of emergency and forced evacuations. Our Chris Williams spent much of the day in the Henry County town and joins us live with the story. Chris?
Rachel, if we were standing here about 6 hours ago, I would have been up to my chest in water. The water really has receded, and a good proof of that is behind us. You see Geneseo Creek back well within its banks. There's several feet of air between the top of the water and the base of the Highway 6 bridge. Earlier this morning when we started reporting live just before 8 o'clock, there were only about a couple of inches of air between the bridge and that water. That's only about that much. It's a far cry from what it was like earlier today, but it was an event that will be remembered for a long time.
Gentle Geneseo Creek became a raging torrent in a matter of minutes.
And when it comes in buckets, this is what you get.
The water rose so quickly, even some rescuers needed rescuing.
Knew it had rained last night pretty good, but didn't dream of this.
Locals had never seen Highway 6 close due to high water. They stared in amazement as at least 60 of their neighbors were ushered out in boats, forced to leave everything behind when the mayor declared a state of emergency.
Yeah, we're going to try to get these people out over here.
2 women caught in the unforgettable storm were over there, inside the Beck's gas station.
She was cooking and I was counting and getting stuff ready to open, and before I knew it was clear up to the door.
And it just, within 45 minutes, there's nothing we could do. You couldn't get out.
Inside, knee-deep water was stewing. You could see just how deep it was outside as rescuers paddled the duo past the pumps towards dry land.
Were you ever worried for your life over there?
No.
We had food, we have stuff to drink. We were just going to stay there if we had to overnight.
When the shock wears off, are you going to be laughing?
No, I'm not going to be happy when I have to clean all that up.
That area right behind us near the speed limit sign is where those ladies were taken to dry land. The video you just saw. The cleanup has begun at the Becks. You can see a fire truck from Geneseo is out here. Firefighters from Atkinson have been out here helping the cleanup. The cleanup for many of these folks could take days, if not weeks. And we're going to have more on that angle to the story tonight at 6. For now, live in Geneseo, Chris Williams, WQ8E, Quad Cities News 8.